it says a lot about somebody who's had the notoriety, the success, the celebrity, the accolades that he has accumulated over time, and to be still one of the most humble, kind, people to, everybody. That's a lot about him as a person, and everybody can learn, from Yogi Berra, just the way he went about his business.
I think the type of man he was, how he always made everyone in a room feel comfortable amongst such a great man. Just the stories he would tell. Riding in the car with him in spring training was always entertaining. He was just such a nice man, and I always thought Yogi made people around him better and feel better about themselves.
He was so pure. There was not a negative bone in his body. In all my years of knowing him, 30 years, there was never a time I heard him say anything negative or bad about anybody. He was the unbelievable optimist, and no matter, how you felt, just being around him, you felt better being around him.
One of the reasons why I wanted to come to play in New York is for people like Yogi and the legacy that he made here in New York. Obviously, the 10 championships, 3 MVPs, 18 All-Stars, you go on, but what he meant not only to the Yankees in baseball, but truly an American icon.
Steve Donahue, the trainer, told me, and I know Stevie's been around a lot longer than I have and was a lot closer to Yogi than I have. So, obviously sad for Steve, but just sad for all the Yankee family and Yogi's family and friends. And he affected a lot of people in a very, very positive way, and we're going to really miss him.
I really enjoyed all those times I had spent with Yogi, and I didn't see no real reason to do any major change. I'd been with Yogi for 4 out of the 5 pennants, and it was quite nice, and he was comfortable. It was a good feeling, a good solid feeling with what we had to play with, and I certainly enjoyed the camaraderie we had together.
I told our clubhouse guy, he tried to give me 23 out here. I said, no, I want 8. I said, everything's good luck with Yogi. Anything that Yogi touches turns to gold. I wanted number 8 from the beginning. I actually give it to Victorino for a part of a season when he came out, and I wore 88. But Yogi's definitely the reason that I'm wearing number 8.
He was a special person to me and my family. Not only was he my first manager, but we became pretty close friends over the years. I attended his golf tournament a lot of times, and then he turned around and attended mine. We had kind of a mutual thing there to where we both would play in each other's golf tournament.
You hear so many stories about him. And that was high on my priority list to get to meet him. I got a picture taken with him, got that framed, and it's a memory that I'll take forever.
Here's a guy who goes back to go, collects his $200, and goes right to the top of the heap, gets right into the castle, and sits next to Peter and Paul. If God would want to make somebody personality and character as he would like, the definition of that would be the picture of Yogi Berra in the dictionary.
But he would always say something to you, Coney, that just put you back in perspective, would get you back on track. And again, it wasn't a lot of technical stuff. It was just very basic and fundamental. He just always made you feel comfortable, and it would work. I mean, I remember talking about just hitting the ball through the middle and using your hands, and he was just great at that.
Here's a man who did a lot of things, accomplished a lot of things in his life, including serving his country, coming back to the United States after World War II, becoming an iconic baseball player, a Hall of Famer, and then his contributions after his baseball career, including his quotes, if you will, that they've written books about him, and all his charitable things that he's done over the years, including the Yogi Berra Learning Center. I just think this is a life well lived, and we can all celebrate Yogi Berra today.
My family was very close to him, but, the Berra family, I'm sure, have lost. But America has lost a national treasure, and people who love that man so much, everybody has a not a great feeling today because they've lost something that'll never be replaced again.
It was always about the team, even describing how he went into service. It was everybody was doing it at the time. You didn't think that was that big of a deal, but that was the kind of guy Yogi was. Just whatever the job took, he was there. He was ready to go and deflecting credit all the way.
He was very unorthodox in everything he did, but one of the worst bad ball hitters ever, if not the worst bad ball hitter. He never swung at a strike. They said anything over his head, or they said he even hit balls that bounced. So there you go. That's Yogi in a kind of a nutshell.
It's pretty amazing, man. I couldn't wait for Old Timers Day when I was there, because you get these guys. You'd hope Yogi'd walk through the door and just rub elbows with them. But to me, it's just something that he's truly going to be missed, and what a life and career he had.